What is up, guys? This is my final alpha video for Breach. This video is just going to go over basically my overall opinions and thoughts on the game after playing two weekend alphas and um, my hopes going forward into early access next week. So, first, a little bit about Breach, just briefly, in case you don't know, is it's a different style of game. It combines a lot of aspects of other games together, part RPG, part MOBA, part asymmetrical. But it's basically four heroes, as you can see here. For you pick a class against a veiled demon and all the enemies. So basically, each match, I can show you the levels real quick. So these missions, they're basically like dungeons. You'll go through, and there's different rooms. Um, so each room will have an objective, uh, and then your goal as the heroes is to complete the objectives to level up your party, the party level, and then the Veiled Demon's objective is to stop you from completing that. And then the very last room is a boss room. And if the heroes beat the boss, then they win. If they cannot beat the boss or are all killed, then the Veiled Demon wins. And you can play AI against AI Veiled Demon, um, or against a player Veiled Demon. So gives you a little bit of slight background to the game. Um, I've made more detailed videos, which I'll link in the description below. But just so you know the kind of game it is. So now, my overall opinions and thoughts is positive for the game. Um, there are definitely some issues. It's still alpha, and this is a it's a later alpha build, but it's not the build that they're putting out in early access. So there will still be some changes. Now, that being said, I definitely had more fun the first weekend alpha that I played last weekend than I did this weekend. But that's because of a couple things that will be addressed. Not the game itself being less fun. So they added the option to buy QC points, as you can see. That's the premium currency for the cosmetic um, shop. So as you can see, there's um, cosmetics that you can get. Um, the equipment is gold, not the premium currency. Same with the gems. But they added the option to do that, and they also added these boosts that you can get for 7 days, 30 days, a year, and it gives you 100% extra gold and experience at the end of a match. So there was a bug in this alpha where the boost wasn't getting applied. And the experience itself is also just lower. I don't know. I didn't see any notes or anything talking about how it was going to be lower, but I got more experience last weekend per match than I did this weekend with the boost on. So it's definitely bugged right now, and that made leveling really hard. Um, Exorcist was a class they just unlocked for this um, just recently, and I got to level 5, but I played quite a bit, and it just took a really long time to level it up. And so that was a little depressing because I wasn't able to get to 100 to get the um, alpha level 100 gear. I still have some time left, but I really don't think I'm going to be able to get it being at 70 and with how hard it is to level. But that's a bug, so that's going to be fixed hopefully by early access. I really would be surprised if it's not fixed by the time it launches on Thursday. And then the other thing was the mission options here. So in the last alpha, this was called solo, where you're just a solo player. You can pick either play as a hero or veil demon bots, or as I mean, you can play as a hero or a veil demon, and you'll be playing against bots. So if you're a hero, you have AI teammates against an AI bot, and if you're a veil demon, you're playing against AI heroes. And then they had this, which is versus, where you're 4-player co-op um, with humans, and you're against a human Veil Demon player. But then they had another one which was just co-op, where it was 4 human players against an AI Veil Demon bot, and that was the game mode that I played almost exclusively. I only played versus a few times in the last alpha and solo a couple times, but co-op was my favorite. I'm gonna be honest, I do not enjoy playing against Veil Demon players. It's just not fun for me. Now, other people will argue that it's more interesting and entertaining, but from my experience, it's not so much the difficulty, it's just annoying is really what it is. Because the player is really good. The whole Veil Demon point is to stop the player from progressing, to trap them, put slows, other things that damage them, in addition to summoning elite monsters and they can possess enemies. While the players are still trying to go through the game like normal, they're still trying to complete the objectives, kill the normal enemies, kill the boss, with a bunch of annoyances going on. And the AI demon isn't it's not really that bad. Like the AI is not that bad for the Veil Demon, and the enemies are tough, and they had different difficulties. Co-op had multiple difficulties, and there were 2 higher difficulties that weren't in the game, still not in the game yet. So I think that I would have plenty of challenge and fun playing nothing but co-op. But versus is just, yes, you can win. It's definitely hard to win. Um, and you have a good team adapting and communicating, then yeah, you can win. But it's still annoying for me to just have to go through all those traps and stuff. So, but I mean, that's just a personal opinion, but that's why they had the different game modes. I enjoyed playing co-op. Other people enjoyed playing versus. So that was the reason why that was not in this alpha. Is they're changing. So right now you can't choose who you queue as when you play versus. You'll just either be a hero or a Veil Demon just randomly. They're making changes so that you can pick to be only a hero or only a Veil Demon. And a part of that, a part of them changing that, they said that they currently disabled co-op. They didn't say they disabled it permanently, but they also didn't say it was coming back. I'd expect it to come back because I'm sure a lot of people like that, but there's no confirmation yet on when that might be. So, if the game, honestly, if they do not put co-op back in the game at some point, I may not play the game that long. 'Cause I do love the game, I really do, but it's just I really don't want to play against player Veil Demons all the time. And they have custom, so I mean, you can do that. So I mean, I would probably still play once I find a group, if I can find a group of people that want to play against Veil Demon, because custom lets you do whatever you want. You can play any combination of players versus a Veil Demon. You can play 4 players against the AI bot, just like co-op was, or you can have like 2 human heroes against a human Veil Demon, whatever. Um, and well, they have also more game modes, but they haven't announced anything about that yet. But I just don't like playing against a Veil Demon that much. Now, playing as a Veil Demon is fun, and that's when I would play versus. But yeah, co-op not being in right now against an AI bot and the money experience bug is what really kind of ruined the second alpha for me. But it hasn't ruined my experience with the game. The gameplay is still tight. There's a lot of different um, characters. Each character is a part of a school of magic. Just another brief explanation, and you can change. Let me go to the dark school because I have them all locked. So there are 3 different classes in each school currently, and all of their abilities, except for their signature ability, can be swapped with the other classes of the same school. So the other 2 classes' abilities, I can pick any combination of them, of general abilities, and then I can pick any of the 3 ultimates. So it gives you a lot of different build options. That mixed with the different gear talents that you can get. The gems aren't really that big, except for the new prismatic gems, which actually change gameplay. But there's a lot of different options, and that's my favorite thing to do in a game is to try out different build options, different combinations of stuff. So yeah, I still enjoy the gameplay. The actual gameplay itself, the combat is really fun. So I definitely like the game. I just had more fun the first weekend because of the problems. But these are problems that will be fixed, um, and should be fixed by early access. Let me change my character real quick. Um, I'm gonna play sniper while I continue talking about the game. Also to kind of show you how the AI is. So this right here, what you're about to see is one of the reasons why, well, basically my main problem with the game that's not a bug or, temporary thing. The AI heroes are as dumb as rocks. In fact, that's an affront to rocks. They're they're dumber than rocks. Like, I don't know of any game actually that has AI this bad. And you'll see. There are times when they just sit there in the middle of combat. They sit there. They never try to do
Tell
the
me
objective
Keegan's gonna
at
be
all.
okay.
They don't even attempt the objective.
He's a tough sucker.
Um,
We think he'll make it through.
Unless the objective is
Very
kill
much
enemies,
so.
then yeah. And even then, they sometimes kill. So what'll happen
I
is I'll
think
go into combat,
Lucius spared
I'll go
me
in and fight
because
them.
he wants to
They'll
set
be
the
there,
Academy on
and
a
then they'll
message.
sit there and look at me.
I think
They
he
will
thinks
eventually
he's the
attack.
good guy in
And
all
then the
this.
healer is even worse. Like the healer is definitely not using his heals
You've seen him
um,
reach us, right? He's
on
constantly
cooldown or even when we're
with the
damaged.
Jet
Like
Tracker.
I'll be damaged and I won't be
If
healed by him
he
for
heals this
like
time, it's
maybe
catastrophic.
30 seconds. Like he could
Let's
clearly
go.
hear me because I've played the healer,
We can't let
the
him leave
Arcane
for
Mender, which is
nothing.
what the bot
It
is,
won't be.
and he can definitely heal a lot
I
more than what
promise.
he is. So they don't really heal that much. Not only that, they'll sometimes heal. Like I'll be like right next to them, right out of range, and they'll just heal anyway, even though I can't get the heals. So they'll attack eventually when we get some enemies here. So they're attacking now, but like look at that battle mage. She's like a couple attacks, maybe. Um, they will not pick people up. Uh, they will sometimes. I did see one time a bot reviving another bot. Otherwise, they don't revive people. Like they revive the players sometimes, and it's not even every time because I was on the ground for a while and didn't get revived. And then the worst part is in the boss room. In the boss room, you have the boss. Your goal is to kill the boss, right? So they go hard on the boss. They do not stop attacking when it's the boss, which is fantastic. However, there are other enemies that spawn in a boss room, and there are other things that you have to worry about. They don't care about it. They won't destroy any objects. They won't. They'll be surrounded by people. They won't attack them. They'll just sit there and take the damage and spam attack the boss, no matter what. The Arcane Mender was the only one alive by himself, surrounded by enemies,
Lucius.
dead teammates around him that he could revive, and he just
Monster.
kept defiantly attacking the boss until the
How
end.
can Lucius be
So
capable of devastation
yes,
like
the
this?
AI is really, really stupid. Like they're not gonna even attempt the uplinks right here. Not even gonna attempt it.
The area affected by the breach
They
stretches
will attack
south
people
in all directions.
periodically, but
We're still getting
yeah,
close to the
it's just
zone.
it's bad, and it's really frustrating. And this is an easier difficulty, so I can pretty much win. But like even on the medium difficulty, which is adept right now, you're probably not gonna win. I mean, even as a healer, like the problem is they just die and they don't revive. Like you have to literally do everything yourself. Since they spam the boss, there's all the enemies pile up. So I pretty much have to. You have to spend your time killing all the other enemies because they're not going to. And it's a frustrating experience. It really is. So it's just not fun at all currently playing with AI bots because they're just that bad. So this is a game mode that's in the game, but it's not really practical, and I don't have fun playing it at all. So that's my only real issue, how bad the AI is. Now the Veil Demon AI is not bad. I mean, it's not as good or aggressive. But look, I mean, put a wall up. Now we can go around. The bots are too stupid to realize that though. So they're just gonna sit there and attack that wall forever until it's done. But yeah, no, I like the Veil Demon AI, but the Hero AI, man, they're bad. Um, But yeah, that's my only real issue. Like, I love the combat. I love the sound effects. It's really nice. Like, I can just sit there and do the combat all day. It's just frustrating when you can only play against a another player that might be wrecking your team, or if you're forced to. Because that's the thing. And other people like say like, yeah, if you don't have a healer or whatever. Like, I do agree. Like, if you don't have a healer or somebody that can heal themselves, yeah, you're gonna have a hard time. But like, I shouldn't be forced to play, you know, um, a healer or the Mana Warrior, which is the most OP class in the game, um, currently, just to win. And the thing about this game is, again, the reason why I love it is the different options you have. If I'm just playing the same thing over and over again, that's not fun. I want to play different things. And you can do that with the co-op mode that they had. But it's kind of hard to do that when you're playing against a smart player. So, again, that'll all be fixed just by being able to play co-op, which I'm really hoping that they are bringing back soon. And then I won't really have any issues. But the solo, I mean, AI is just that bad. But again, if I got the co-op option, then I'm not gonna worry about playing solo. But I still think it's something that they should work on. But it's, with how bad they are, I really don't think that's gonna change anytime soon. Hopefully it changes at some point, but I'm not expecting any hero AI changes. Now, as for some, I guess, suggestions and feedback for the game, one of the biggest things is, so the signature abilities for every class is what sets them apart, right? It's the only thing that makes them unique. And I think that's okay. Some people disagree, but I think that's okay. What I think should happen, though, is there should be more than one signature ability, and in turn, passive stats, because the signature abilities put passive stats on your character as well. So I'm fine with the signature ability being the only thing that can't change, but I think that there should be more signature abilities, at least 2 or 3 to choose from. That way you have more customization and even more to set your character apart from the other characters in that class. And they're just literally one extra ability would do so much, because that changes you from not just having the different options and changes from your general and ultimate, but now you can actually change your signature. And having multiple signature things could change one class that you may not play a lot. Like, I don't really like the Lich because I don't like their signature ability, but I like all the other abilities. But if they had a different signature ability that I actually enjoy, then I might play it. So it's just, only good things will come from having more than one signature ability. Another thing would be more choices of regular abilities, because like they can do that just by adding more dark classes, or whatever class, dark, tech, arcane, whatever. They can do that by adding more classes, but I think it just would be easier overall, and you could have less classes by just adding more abilities to each class. You know, maybe even a higher level. I don't know, but just different abilities for each class to make them more unique. Even if you can uh, change them, you know, still having those different options is nice, and it'll still cause you to play that character for a while you unlock the things. So yeah, that's my biggest thing. Just more options, more ability options, particularly signature ability. If nothing else, more signature ability options for each class, because that'll make them more unique and more customization. Besides that, not much. Yeah, not much feedback. Of course. Oh, one more thing. As you can see, we have these different objectives. Currently, the objectives for each level are set. So like, every time I play this level, it's going to be the same objectives in the same order, right? Now, a different level has a different set of objectives, but they're still going to be in its own order. So obviously, I think having more objectives, which is something that they talked about doing, more types of objectives. But I think the biggest thing that would help the game out, besides just having more levels, is make the objectives random. in a random order at least. Like you can have the same, like this level can have the same number of objectives, the same type of objectives, but just make them in a random order. That would provide much more replayability. Just that alone, because now you know that it's not going to be the same exact order each time. You don't know what order it's going to be in. That'll still make playing the same level a lot less stale, just because you know what order is it going to be in this time, right? Just that change really, randomized objectives, and then like more signature abilities, and I think that would elevate the game a lot. And I don't think that's too much, honestly. I mean, I don't know how the levels are designed, so I couldn't tell you how, you know, like look at this. They're just sitting there. What are you doing? It's like they're actively like trying to stay away from the objectives or something. But anyway, yeah. No, those two things would really elevate the game, and yeah, I don't think it would be that much to do, honestly. Yeah, but besides that, no, I really like the game. I've already gotten my Founders Pack. I'm just waiting for Thursday. There's gonna be plenty more videos as we go through early access, see the kind of changes and, you know, how the game will be then. And yeah, I look forward to it and hope to play with some of you people and see the game grow as a whole. So that's the end of my thoughts and suggestions, basically, on Breach after playing the 2 weekend alphas and going into early access. So if you liked the video, then please subscribe to the channel and click the bell to get notified whenever I come up with new videos, which there will be plenty of Breach videos in the next couple weeks as early access starts. So as always, thanks for watching.